Hey everybody, I'm your fave nurse B. I want to do a quick video for you all. I probably look real tired. I gotta go to work in a minute, but I want to get this video out real quick. I want to talk about my experience like applying for agency job and how much I get paid and like how the experience was just getting in the door. I already have a video talking about like my experience on my first day at agency. Yeah, go watch it if you haven't already. But I just want to give you all an idea of like how the interview process was and all that. Alright, before we get into this video, make sure you like this video, you comment and subscribe. I want to know down below, have you done agency? Do you want to do agency work? And if you're a CNA, have you thought about doing agency work? Because CNAs get paid pretty good through agency too. But yeah, just leave some comments down below, help this video out, help the channel out. If you're interested, go watch my second channel, Stay Forever True. It's about my pregnancy, my daughter, my lifestyle. It's a little bit more chill compared to this channel. So first things first is I talked to one of my co-workers and she was like, go through this agency, go through that agency. And so I just decided on one agency. I went on their website, applied, and once you apply, they have you do like a series of like skills, like checklists. It's called a skills checklist. It was long, and like at one point I think my computer like froze and I had to go back on there and do it again, y'all. So I was like, really, do I really want this job? But it was like they would have all these skills. So they would say like G2 med administration, what else was on there, like trach care and wound changes and all these different things, administering drugs, administering insulin, a whole list of like skills that nurses should know or have. And then the whole like the way you assessed if you had those skills, it was like competent, very competent, competent enough to teach, excellent, that type of thing. So then you would have to kind of say like where you are, where you fall on that spectrum. And then one of them was like proficient or something, or it said something like it was like you've only like come across it a few times, so you're not really that familiar with it, but you know it, but you're just not that familiar doing it. So just had a whole list of things. So I went through that, and I think that was it in the initial application process. Then once you get through that, like a recruiter contacts you and they're just like, oh yeah, I just want to know why you're interested, yada yada yada. They're trying to get a feel for you. It's like kind of want to get a feel for you and like your like see if you can go to the next stage. Y'all, I had somebody I work with and she was saying one of the girls, we went to nursing school together, and then when I saw her, like she was coming into my job to apply, and then I was like, oh, you should go through this agency or whatever. And she was like, oh, I already tried to go through them. Yeah, she's like, I think it's the way I answer one of these questions, that's why they didn't hire me. She said that they had asked her, like, how do you feel about working short? She was like, I hate working short, da 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 da. And I'm like, girl, that's the whole point of agency. Like, you're gonna work short. That's why you're there, because they short. And she's like, I know. I don't know why I said that. So don't say that you hate working short. You need to show you're a team player, that you take the initiative, that, you know, being competent. The thing like they was asking, like, you know, what makes a strong nurse? What makes a good team? That type of thing. And I was just honest. Like I said, I think great communication and being a team player and just taking the initiative and just taking responsibility for whatever needs to be done. Even if it doesn't fall on you or you feel like, oh, somebody else should do it. Just try your best to do everything that you can in that situation, which I do believe in that, you know. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that's working right now. You can't think about who was working last night or the day before or who's going to work tomorrow. Like, do what you can on your shift. And I say communication is really key, especially if you're coming into a facility you don't know about. And you try to communicate as much as possible with your teammates, with people over you, with doctors, with everybody, because you need to try to get an idea of this patient and anything that you can know about them, because you're just coming in blind. So you really need to investigate and just take the time to try to get to know your patients as best as you can. That type of thing, you know, like just tell the truth, you know, like that does make good healthcare. That makes a good nurse. That makes a good like work environment. If y'all can just be on one page. Half the time you're not gonna be on the one page, but you at least want to try to get there. So that's pretty much what they was asking. They asked about my timeliness, like how is it as far as my attendance. Hold on, let me see something. As far as my attendance and stuff like that, so I told them, you know, of course I got good attendance. And because don't say, oh, it's been a few times I'm late, I ain't got good childcare. No, girl, you got good attendance. And because she was like, these facilities really need a lot of help. So we need people that are not going to be, you know, picking up assignments and dropping them and things like that. So they really need you to be like timely and professional, because they still have to pay, I think. Somehow it's like a penalty. Like here's the thing. If you pick up a shift and you drop it, like you have to pay them like $20 something or something. I forgot. It might be like $25, $50. It's like a certain amount of money that comes out of your check because you dropped that shift. And so I think, but on the other hand, the facility can cancel you, I'm sure, without any freaking penalty. But, you know, the burden does fall on the employee. That's that. So yeah, the interview process, I talked to one person, which was the recruiter. She scheduled me to talk to somebody that was closer to St. Louis. So the agency, and most agencies are not in your city. It's like they handle their employees and things like that remotely, meaning that they're probably in a whole nother state somewhere else, but they contact you via the emails and internet and text messages and phone calls and stuff like that. Like, that's why if you can get an agency business going, like, girl, you can do so much, because you can, I mean, in this day and age, you can branch out anywhere and work, you know. Like I said, you can have a facility or an office somewhere and just branch out across the whole U.S. But, so that's what they do. But they set me up with somebody that's closer to me. I think they're in Illinois. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. And I talked to that person. I think I had one interview with her, and that's when she was asking me the questions about like my work habits and things like that. Then she said, okay, well, I'm going to recommend you, you know, to the next step. And then the next step was basically me doing my credentials. So with your credentials, you have to do a background check, a drug test. No, you don't do a drug test. Do you do a drug test? No, it's just a background test. You do a background check, and they want you to do a long list of stuff. But before you start doing your credentials, she was like, you need to finish doing your assessments. So you go online. They have like 3 or 4 different tests. Now, with me being an LPN, I'm working more in geriatrics. That's where they hire you at in this area, is geriatrics. So they had like geriatric questions. They had questions about like medication administration. And then I think they had another test about HIPAA. But the great thing about it is they have like a PowerPoint that you can look at prior, and then you answer the questions. So essentially, you can download the PowerPoint, have your questions up, and then kind of scan over the PowerPoint. And when a question comes up, go back to it, find the answer, and you know, go back and forth. So that's what you can do. And it's really good that they got the PowerPoint there, because some of the stuff you just forget, or you're like, this is from nursing school eons ago. Like, I don't freaking know, you know? So it's there, and it's not even like NCLEX or HESI. It's more so like questions like, if you ever do continuing ed, like at school, I mean, not at school, continuing ed, like at work, and they have you like do a little test or whatever. It's like that. It's like, it's not nothing crazy, you know? And the information is all there. So, but it's timed, I believe. You get timed on it. So I just took a minute and got it done. Within like, I think that day I finished everything. But what took me the longest was doing my credentials. So your credentials, like I said, they do a background check. Then you have to go get a physical. You have to get a TB shot. You have to, physical, TB shot. You have to take a photo of yourself, because they give you an ID. They make an ID for you, which is pretty cool, and they send it to you. And you have to do, you got to get your bank information sent to them. So that way they can like direct deposit your checks. It's like either like a bank, like a check, or like a bank letterhead with like your routing number and account information they can send it to. I think those were the and there was like this thing called Federal I-9, I believe it's called. Usually your employer fills it out and like says, okay, this is the person, this is your identity. And it's like they compare your social security card and ID and all that good stuff. But of course, since it's remotely, you have to take your information and give it to somebody who doesn't have the same address as you. So I just had my best friend do it. So she looked at it for me, looked at my social and all that type of stuff. And she was like, you know, you're Nurse B. And she was able to put all my info in for me. And then I sent a copy of that along with whatever identification you use. So you can use like a birth certificate, an ID, social security card, stuff like that. Like they had a list of things you can use, and you got to send that in. So My physical, yeah, I freaking went up to, I don't have a primary doctor. Like, I've been pregnant for the past 2 years. My OB is my primary doctor. How about that? So I went to a clinic and tried to get a primary doctor. It was taking so long. With my insurance, they were going to charge me like $70 just to get through the door. And I was like, you know what? They was taking so long. I had enough time to call my OB. Oh, I waited for my OB to open. That's how long it was taking at this clinic. I waited for my OB to open, call my OB like, hey, you know, I'm getting a new job and they need a physical. I just saw you all like last week. Is there any way that you could fill out this physical form for my job? Like, cool, no problem. We'll do it. Okay, bye. Clinic, primary doctor, I'm gone. I'm not spending $70 for something that I can get for free from this place. And y'all taking so long, even just getting me through the door. Imagine how long it would have took them to send that to my employer. So I bagged back, went to that place, took care of that. As far as my TB, I got that in my employer. And then they want you to do a 2-step TB, and they're super particular about the times and everything. It has to be like within the 48 and 72 hours and all that good stuff. So did that, and then, but it just took me so long to do. I don't know why I was like taking forever to get it done. I guess because my daughter had just had surgery and I was at home with her, and I was just like, I may or may not pick up. I was just not getting it done. But once you get it done, the process is quick, like as far as just getting through the door and picking up shifts. Now, what I will say is that they also want you to have your you have to have your nursing license info in there too, so they can look up your nursing license and make sure it's not disciplined. But overall, I would say the experience of getting into this place, and it's a really good place. Like, from what I can tell, it's a very good employer. I'm not gonna tell you all where I do agency work, just because I don't want no trouble. I don't want nobody saying, oh, I saw this girl, she was talking about you all, like you should go check out her videos, and it'll be a whole problem. So I'm not doing all that, but there's tons of agencies. Just talk to people in your area that you know, and try to get an idea how much it costs, how it is to get in. But this place has really good incentives as far as like, if you pick up this shift this day, we're going to put you in a contest to win this, or you'll get an extra or you'll get your check early. You know, you can get like the check the next day. So go watch did I talk about, so as far as your pay, you get paid every Friday. You have to have your time clock in by Monday, 8 o'clock Monday. But you get paid every Friday. Some places they pay you the same day. Some places they pay you the next day. So that just depends. It's kind of like tips, you know, like if you work like at a restaurant or server. Sorry, I'm getting tired. And my mouth dry. Whew. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, you get paid every Friday. The only thing is, when they need people, they will text you like crazy. So they'll text you like, such and such has an opening this morning. Want to pick it up? Such and such has an opening next week. Want to pick it up? And you cannot get off the list. Like, I was like, how can I get off this text messaging list? Like, I don't want to think about work every day because y'all texting me about work. Like, it's making me like upset. They won't take you off that list. They're going to hound you to see if you can pick up a shift, because like that's what they need you to do, pick up shifts. So that's how they get paid. They don't get paid if you don't pick up. So they don't get paid if you don't get paid, I should say. But yeah, that's the thing. They text you all the time, but it's cool. It is what it is. And what else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, how much I get paid. So for LPNs in my area, we get started off at $30 an hour, which is actually very, very good, very, very competitive, because I've heard other places do like 25, and they might do 27 if it's a stat facility, meaning that facility like has literally nobody working that day and they need you to come in like yesterday. But here I think their stat is either $5 or $6 more. So it's like they'll pay you $35 to $36 if they have a stat, you know. But it's good pay for this area for LPN. Like, it's excellent pay. And I know it's different when you're in other regions though, because they go more so with what the pay is in that area. You get what I'm saying? They have to increase it or decrease it based off the what the wages are, regular wages are in that area. And then of course with RNs, I'm assuming it's closer to 40. Has to be, you know. Or maybe it's like stat pay, and then like regular, like LPN stat pay is regular RN pay, and then the stat pay for RNs is like 46, 45. I mean 40, 41, something like that, you know. And regular pay is probably like 35, 36. I'm not sure, but for LPNs, it's $30 an hour, which is really good. Good place to work for so far, and I really enjoy it. Yeah, that's that. Like I said, if you pick up a shift and you cancel it, it's on you. You pay a penalty, and you can't like text them and drop a shift. You have to like call the office and tell them I cannot come in. You can't text, you can't email, you gotta call. Like, you gotta make it official. But that's it. Like I said, I think it's pretty cool so far. That's my experience. Like I said, go watch the other video on how my first day was. Like I said, I keep on saying like I said. If I look tired, it's because I am. It's like 6 in the morning, and I'm just getting these videos done for y'all. Let me know if you have any video requests, any questions. You know, you can always email me anything that's like private that you want to talk about, or DM me on Instagram. Do not DM me on Facebook. Instagram or email me is where you can contact me. And then also go join the YourFavNurseB Facebook group. There's a link down below. It's a great community if you want to get into nursing and you just need support and something like that, or you're already a nurse. And then go check me out on Instagram under YourFavNurseB #1. And like I said earlier, you can also subscribe. I'm so tired. You can also subscribe to my second channel, my lifestyle channel, Stay Forever True. All right, you all. Thanks for watching. Peace.